Hey everyone, Bill Lowen here, and today we are going to break down lily pads. We're not just going to talk about lily pads. We're going to go in depth and help you catch more fish in those lily pads. Look, let's face it, lily pads can be overwhelming. Sometimes when you pull up to a lily pad field, you don't even know where to begin. So today we're going to show you how to break that down. I think the first problem a lot of anglers face when they pull up to lily pads is that they're just overwhelming. They all look the same. What's different? How do I catch a fish out of this? And you know, for me, the biggest draw to lily pad fields is it's an edge. Regardless of where you're at in the country, that lily pad field always gives you an edge. Doesn't matter if you're fishing lily pads, flooded bushes, offshore drops, fish are always setting up on an edge. The big thing for me, and a big thing that I know will help you trying to break that down, is look for the differences in the lily pad field, okay? And when I say differences, that may be anything. That may be a piece of wood, maybe a rock, maybe a little ditch running through the lily pads. And when you start to break that down and start to notice those things, it's gonna make your life a lot easier. You will establish that pattern. You know, this video happens to be on Lake Guntersville, and what I was keying on there was shallow shell bars inside those lily pad fields, okay? You always hear us talk about shell bars that are offshore and not typically talk about shell bars that are shallow. And these shallow shell bars were 2 foot or less, and the big draw there was those brim were spawning on there or even just hanging out there. And let's face it, big bass love brim. And that's exactly what I was keying on. You know, I caught a lot of those fish on a swim jig, keying on little differences inside those lily pad fields. Like I said, Lake Guntersville, and it was a shell bar deal that had a lot of bluegill there. And you know, that'll work anywhere in the country you go. If I had to choose 3 baits when fishing lily pads, it's definitely gonna be a swim jig, definitely gonna be a frog, and it's gonna be something to flip. Now, whether that flipping bait is light or heavy, typically for me, I'm gonna have a 1/2 ounce or 3/4 ounce weight. So when I get into those areas that I'm looking for that I think I need to flip, those are gonna be those areas where those lily pads are tight or maybe have some additional vegetation pushed up into them. You know, I want the ability to be able to punch through that stuff and get that reaction bite. So if I had 3 baits to choose, that's exactly what it would be. The big key here, and the big thing you're looking for when you're trying to break down lily pads, is find something different. And once you establish that pattern, it's gonna make your life a lot easier.